Welcome to PSR's very first interview, and we are excited today to have our first guest, Billy Gould, local Masters running star. Billy, how are you today?
How you doing, Phil?
Pretty good.
Thanks.
Me and Bill have known each other quite a while now, but Bill, how'd you get started running?
That's a funny story. Basically, I was a sophomore in high school, and I had a track right down the street from me, Alany High School.
Okay.
And I lived like 2 blocks away, so I'd run to the track, and I'd run around, and my objective was to run a mile as fast as I could. And I would go out there and just run. And it was kind of inspired by that movie that we always talk about, the guy in prison.
Oh, the Jericho Mile.
Yes, Jericho Mile. And I kind of did that, and I didn't know anything about it. I was a self-taught, self-coached runner, so I would go to the track and see how fast I could do. And my goal was always, to improve. And I would do it maybe 3-4 times a week. And I'd go there and I'd run maybe 5:45, I think was the fastest I ever did it on my own. And this is running on a cinder track with trainers, with no coaching or anything involved, just going out there and just running. And that was my first real exposure to running.
Okay. Did you eventually run for your high school team?
Yes, I went at the Cardinal Doherty High School, and I tried out for the cross-country team. And, actually no, I'm sorry, but outdoor track, my sophomore year. And I ran, the first race I ever ran was the 800 meters, and I ran, I think, 2:36 was my very first race. And I didn't do so well, at least I didn't think I did, and I ran it a couple more times, and I think I got down to 2:23. And then the final race of the year of regular season meet, my coach asked me, what do you want to do this week? You can do whatever you want. So last meet, I said, I want to run a 2 mile. And he was taken back, he was shocked, he was Greg Green. And he goes, yeah, sure. And so I go up to the starting line with a pair of high-top Chucks, canvas Chucks. Stepped it up the toe of the line. I go out and I ran 12:02, finished next to last place. It's pathetic. And, but it was a nice experience, and from that day on I was kind of like, wow, I like this. I didn't mind where I finished, didn't really care about that. But that was basically my sophomore year.
Awesome. And so fast forward, you run through high school, you start running open races, start running road races and all. And I guess probably 5 or 6 years ago you retired?
About in 2004 was pretty much the end of my competitive run. I kind of was burnt out mentally. I kind of was doing a lot plateauing with my training, and I started coaching, and that kind of took over all of my energies and focus. I couldn't really run properly and coach. You just can't do it. I was coaching boys and girls, cross-country, indoor and outdoor track, and it just takes up all of your time. So I would run a little bit, but I wouldn't race really, and if I did race, it was on no training, very little bit. And I totally quit running, I believe, in 2005, and just stopped, didn't run a step until last June 5th of 2011.
So for 6 years you didn't run a step?
No.
What prompted your comeback?
Mentally I was recuperated, but mainly I had changed careers, and I was doing a 3rd shift job where I was literally only getting 4 hours of sleep a day, all through my up until 2004, 2005. And when I changed careers in 2009, I was able to get more sleep and get an organized schedule. And my principal had told me, he said, "Look, you're not going to be able to coach anymore just because it's going to take up too much time teaching." And I was like, I agreed with her. And once I was done my schooling, going back to school and stuff like that, then I was able to get more free time. And in 2010, I said to myself, once I'm done school, I'm going to start running again. And once 2011 came and my schooling was done, like that weekend, after that weekend was over, I started running again.